Hey Lou, you can pretty much clock out now. Everyone else was grinding till midnight every night, but my boss, he was literally begging me not to work late. First time I stayed late, old Lee at the desk next to mine had a heart attack and died. Second time, Lou, the guy who onboarded me, fell down a flight of stairs. Third time, the janitor got electrocuted in the break room. After that, the whole company knew. Every time I worked overtime, somebody died. Nobody wanted to be on the same floor as me. They moved my desk into a private room. Management even held a meeting just to announce that Lou Beimu's hours were off limits. Do not disturb. So I just coasted, collected a paycheck for 3 straight years, until this new boss got parachuted in. The second he called my name, the entire conference room went dead silent. Stand up. I stood up. He picked up the top sheet, gave it a shake. 3 years on the job, 0 overtime. He held it up for the whole room to see. 3 years, over 1,000 work days, 0 overtime. Can anyone here tell me how that's even possible? He stepped off the stage and walked straight up to me. Over 100 people in this company, and you're the only one who doesn't have to stay late? What, you got an extra hand? Or are you just doing half the work everyone else does? Mr. Wen, company policy says I'm exempt from overtime. Policy? Ha! Let me tell you something. Starting right now, there's only one policy in this company, and that's whatever I say. You work late tonight or don't bother showing up tomorrow. Mr. Wen, if I work overtime, someone's going to die. The room went silent for a second. Then he burst out laughing. Ha 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 ha! When he finally stopped, he straightened up and pointed at me in front of everyone. You all heard that? He said someone's gonna die. Lou Beimu, 3 years, 0 overtime, says somebody dies every time he stays late. He spun back around and got right in my face. Lou Beimu, let me tell you something. I've been in this industry for over 20 years. I've seen every kind of clown, every kind of con. Nothing surprises me. You can say whatever you want. You're working late tonight. End of story. He stepped back, raised his voice. We're adding one more person. He pointed at the security captain hunched in the corner. You're staying with him tonight. Anything happens, it's on you. The security captain's face went completely white. Mr. Wen, please don't make him stay. I don't want to drag anyone into this. He paused for a second, then laughed even harder. Ha ha ha. Drag someone in? Who do you think you are? Some kind of Grim Reaper? He grabbed the security captain by the arm and yanked him over. Tonight, you two are a team. I want to see just how deadly you really are. And if someone actually dies tonight, that's on me. The room went completely silent. Meeting adjourned. 7 o'clock tonight, Lou Beimu and the security captain both on site. Anyone who's a no-show, don't come back tomorrow. He was banking on the fact that I couldn't afford to quit. And honestly, he was right. As people filed out, the finance guy walked past me, gave my arm a quiet tug. His hand was ice cold. Beimu, watch yourself tonight. I nodded. At 6:50 p.m., I showed up. The security captain was already at the front desk. This dude in his 40s, all hunched up in the chair. The second he saw me walk in, he shot to his feet. Be Beimu, bro. Is something actually gonna happen tonight? It's fine, just stay seated. Whatever you see, don't move. 7 o'clock sharp, elevator doors open. Wen Ku steps out. He clocks me and smirks. Oh, you actually showed up. Thought you'd call in sick. I said nothing. He walked over and looked me up and down. I did my research on you. 3 years ago, right when you started, someone died on your floor. Then it happened twice more. Always on a night you worked late. You really think I'm gonna buy that? One person stays late and people start dropping dead? These Gen Z kids always think they can shake things up? Pathetic. Mr. Wen, whether you believe it isn't really the point. Oh yeah? Then what is the point? The point is, you're here tonight too. He froze for a second, then he laughed. Fine, I'll stick around and watch. Let's see what kind of show you put on. He turned and headed toward his office, then stopped and looked back. Beimu, you better park yourself at that desk and work on those revisions. My office door stays open. I've got eyes on you the whole time. I sat down, opened my laptop. The security captain hadn't moved an inch at the front desk. The clock ticked on. 7:30. The lights flickered. The security captain looked up at the ceiling and swallowed hard. 8 o'clock. All the lights went out. In the dark, I heard Wen Ku drop a curse word from his office. 5 seconds later, the lights came back on. He appeared in the doorway looking shaken. Electrical issue. Building maintenance says they're on it. I didn't say a word. 8:30. The elevator dinged. Doors slid open. Nobody there. Wen Ku rushed over to check. Probably someone hit the wrong floor, he said, but his voice wasn't steady anymore. 10 o'clock. Revisions done. I packed up my stuff and headed out. I'd barely stepped through the front door when I heard a scream behind me, coming from Wen Ku's office. I ran back in. He was slumped in his chair, white as a sheet, eyes wide open, finger pointed at the window. The window? There's something outside the window. The security captain was frozen in the doorway, both legs shaking. I went over and looked. Nothing outside. I turned back to Wen Ku. He was trembling all over, mouth open, couldn't get a single word out. Mr. Wen, what did you see? He stared at me, eyes going wider and wider. Someone's there! His voice sounded like it was being dragged out of his throat. Someone is watching me. Who? Wen Ku never answered. Even as they loaded him into the ambulance, he was still screaming. There's someone outside the window! The security captain stood beside me, legs shaking so bad he had to lean against the wall just to stay upright. I stood at the entrance and watched the ambulance pull away. On my way out, I glanced back at that window. 3 faint handprints on the glass. I stared for 3 seconds. Then I left. Next morning, the second I walked in, the break room erupted. The finance guy was first, grabbed my hand, palm drenched in sweat. Something happened last night. They took Mr. Wen out on a stretcher.
Did someone actually die?
No, he's alive. They took him to the hospital. He let out a breath, then immediately dropped his voice. I knew it. I told you someone gets hurt when you work late. Same thing happened 3 years ago. The admin guy pushed his way over, eyes blown wide. You think the ones who died before came back? The break room went dead quiet. Every eye landed on me. I said nothing, just took a sip of my coffee. The tech guy squeezed in. I don't think it's that deep. There's gotta be a pattern, like maybe his energy or something draws stuff in when he's here late. Finance guy lit up. Right. Back home they say some people are just built different. Their energy's too strong. Draws things in. Admin guy shook his head. Nah, that doesn't track. Old Lee died on a night I was working late too. How come nothing happened to me? So maybe it's the floor? The 12th floor has always been off. Liu fell on the 13th floor though, someone cut in. The whole room erupted, theories flying everywhere. Some said I had a weird aura that attracted bad energy. Some said my desk was sitting on a cursed spot. Some said something was buried under the building when it was built, and one guy pulled me aside. Bro, can you actually see things? I just looked at him and said nothing. Every theory was more out there than the last for me, but no one could explain why the victims were always different people, different times, different places. Except for one thing. Every time I worked late, someone ended up dead. They went back and forth all morning and got nowhere. Next day, Wen Ku got discharged. First thing he did was storm into the security room and pull up the footage from that night. Had the security captain sit with him and go through it frame by frame. Elevator doors open. Nobody there. Me at my desk, drinking coffee, typing away. Nothing. He rewound and rewatched that clip dozens of times. That's it? That's it? He sat there in silence for a long time, then stood up and walked out. I saw him coming from my desk, Liu Beimu, my office. Now, I followed him in. He shut the door and locked it. Then he turned around and stared me dead in the eyes. Who are you, really? I held his gaze. I'm just me, Mr. Wen. That's not possible. He took a step forward. You know something. I know you do. That night I clearly saw. What did you see? He opened his mouth. Nothing came out. Mr. Wen, what did you see? Still nothing. I smiled and turned toward the door. From behind me, Liu Beimu, don't you walk away. I kept walking. Right after that, he called a company meeting. He stood at the front. Everyone, I've heard the rumors going around. I know what's been said. He scanned the room. About my hospitalization. It was an accident. I was exhausted that night. I psyched myself out. Someone muttered something under their breath. He pretended not to hear it. We're back to normal operations. Overtime resumes. His eyes landed on me. Liu Beimu. Tonight you're staying late again. I stood up. Mr. Wen, I refuse. Dead silence in the conference room. He smiled. Refuse? On what grounds? I said it slow and clear. I don't want anyone else getting hurt or killed. Ha 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 ha. Getting hurt? Nobody died last night. I just scared myself. That whole someone dies when you work overtime thing? Debunked. I stayed quiet. People in the room started whispering, no one died this time. Mr. Wen's fine. The security captain's fine. Was the whole thing just a myth? Right then. A scream from the doorway. It was the admin guy. Face drained white, hand pointing at the corner near the break room, whole body shaking. There! Over there! Everyone looked. Pile of junk in the corner, cardboard boxes, an old water cooler. Sticking out from behind the boxes was a hand. A pale, white hand. The room exploded. People screaming, people bolting, people just dropping to the floor. Wen Ku's face went white, but he forced himself to step forward. Stay calm, everyone stay calm, call 911! The cops got there fast. The scene was locked down. The whole floor was evacuated to the lobby. I stood in the crowd watching the lights flash. 2 hours later, word got out.